Hi everyone, welcome to the Materials Online School. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at the best ways to answer summary writing questions, whether you are preparing for WASSCE, NECO, GCE. This video is very important. I urge you to watch to the end and don't forget to like and subscribe. In this lesson, I'll be giving you a checklist of the things you need to do in order to answer your questions correctly. Before we go into learning the essential steps that go into producing excellent summary answers, it is important for us to know why WASSCE tests our knowledge on summary writing. Once you understand why you are to be tested on summary writing, then you have taken the first step towards understanding summary writing. The first reason is to test your ability to read and understand a short English passage. Since you are probably pursuing further studies in a tertiary institution, it is important for WAEC to know that you can understand a text written in English, without which you will not find further studies in a tertiary institution easy. The second reason is to test your ability to extract relevant information from any text you read or any passage you read. English texts or passages always contain two types of facts: the relevant and the irrelevant facts. So you see, it is not everything you see in a summary passage that is necessary. The summary exercise is meant to make you demonstrate your ability in sifting the important information from the unimportant ones. Now let's look at the nature of WASSCE summary passage. WASSCE summary passages usually have the subject matter or the topic of the passage in the first paragraph. You have to find out what the whole passage is all about in the first paragraph. Is it about religion, education? Is it about sports? Find out what the whole passage is all about in the first paragraph. And when you do that, you have sparked the engine of your success. Then the subsequent paragraphs of the passage discuss different aspects of the topic or the subject matter of the passage. For example, in 2019 summary passage, the first paragraph categorically states the subject matter of the passage, which is the dangers of drug abuse. The second paragraph talks about the medical and psychological effect of drug abuse on the addict. The third paragraph discusses the behavioral effects of drug abuse on the addict. Fourth paragraph discusses the negative effects of it on the society. Most WASSCE summary passages always have each paragraph discussing different points of the topic. And each paragraph has what is called a topic sentence. A topic sentence is a sentence that tells you what the rest of the paragraph is all about. Please, when you find out the topic sentence of a paragraph, you have to underline it to help you remember what the paragraph is talking about, to avoid having to read the whole passage again when you start answering the questions. Now let's look at the structure of WASSCE summary questions. Usually, answers to the earliest questions are found in the early part of the passage, and the answers to the later questions or last questions are found at the last stages of the passage. Please bear this in mind to help you save precious time in the exam hall. More importantly, you have to obey the instructions in each question. For example, in 2019, the first question was, in 3 sentences, one for each, state 3 categories of people that are affected by drug abuse and what they suffer. This question requires you to answer in 3 sentences, not 2 or 4, but 3. So please make sure you provide the required number of sentences and make sure that each sentence provides the required information. Now let's have a checklist of the things you need to do in order to answer your questions correctly. The first thing you should do when you get to the summary section is to read the questions first. Read the questions first before reading the passage. This approach will help you to have a fair idea about the subject matter of the passage. Even before you start to read it, It also gives you clues on the important areas of the passage you need to focus on for easy location of answers, and the areas you may have to ignore since they do not have anything to do with the questions you have already read. This approach will help to save a lot of time since you will focus only on the relevant areas. After reading the questions, it's time to read the passage. While reading the passage, concentrate on it with every bit of your mind. Read silently, do not point to words while reading. And don't go trying to find the meanings of unfamiliar words. Rather, focus on the ideas in the passage. For example, if you have this sentence in 2019 summary passage, drug addicts may display psychotic behaviors, mood swings, and may be predisposed to irascible decision-making, and probably you do not know the meaning of psychotic or irascible. Don't stress yourself trying to find their meanings. You should just try and figure out what the sentence is all about. Of course, the sentence talks about the bad effects of drug abuse on the addict. Like I earlier said, while reading the passage, take note of the topic sentence of each paragraph. You can underline the topic sentence to help you easily locate the paragraph with the answer when you start answering the questions. Now, when you want to start answering the questions, make sure you understand the actual demands of each question before you begin to answer it. If a question requires you to state benefits, make sure you state the benefits. Benefits relates to advantages and gains. So get your answer from the paragraph that talks about benefits or advantages or gains. Our example question of 2019 WASSCE asks us to state the categories of people affected by drug abuse. Here, what to look out for are the paragraphs that mention the people affected by drug abuse. Now, let's look at important features of a great summary answer. The first one is accurate number of sentences. I've mentioned this earlier. It's very important. Write the exact number of sentences you have been asked to write. 2 means 2, 3 means 3, and 4 means 4. Secondly, avoid direct lifting from the passage. Avoid direct lifting from the passage. Make sure you don't lift your answers word to word or verbatim from the passage, because if you do, you will be awarded 0 for your answer. Summary questions require you to answer with your own words. You should paraphrase the answer in the passage. Write the answer in your own words and sentences. Do not lift the answer verbatim. For example, in answering the question of 3 categories of people affected by drug abuse and what they suffer, instead of lifting the sentence where you have the answer, you can just paraphrase by saying, the family members of drug addicts suffer abuse, stigmatization, and financial loss. This point is very important. Do not lift your answers, but write the answers in your own words. And make sure the answers you are writing are the same with the one in the passage. Not because you are asked to write in your own words, you then give points that are not found in the passage. All your answers must be from the passage, please. Also, make sure your answers are as short or as brief as possible. Cut off details and examples in answering summary questions. Cut off unnecessary adjectives and adverbs to help make your sentence brief and straight to the point. Make sure you do not change the meaning of the original text. Keep the meaning intact. Furthermore, observe all grammatical rules. The tense of your answer should be the same as the tense of the question. If the question is in the past tense, then your answer should be in the past tense also. But if the question is in the present tense, your answers should also Be in the present tense. Avoid spelling errors. After answering the questions, visit your answers again to dictate wrong spellings and grammatical errors. Make sure you write complete sentences. Begin each sentence with a capital letter and end with a full stop. Use appropriate nouns or short noun phrase. An example of a short noun phrase is the people, the group, etc. and immediately follow the noun or noun phrase with a verb, e.g., the people affected. You see, I immediately followed the noun phrase, the people, with a verb, affected. As much as possible, avoid starting your summary sentences in the examination with the following: to, because, so that, in order to, and ing words like giving, making, seeing, lacking, abusing. For example, when answering the example question of this lesson, don't say abusing of drugs make families of addicts to suffer abuse, stigmatization, and financial loss. Rather, say it like this: the abuse of drugs makes the addict's family to suffer abuse, stigmatization, and financial loss. The first sentence is wrong because I started it with a word that ends in ing. And the second sentence is right because I started it with a noun phrase, the abuse. Lastly, make sure you use the same labeling in the question. If the questions are labeled A, B, or C, do not label them 1, 2, and 3, but use the same labeling method used by the examiner. So that is it about how to answer questions on summary passages. I hope you understood everything that I've taught you in this lesson. I hope you understood all the rules and tips that I gave you in this lesson. If not, please watch the video again, this time more attentively. Or you can relate your questions to me in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please click on the subscribe button to get you notified whenever I upload a new video on this channel, and also to promote this video on YouTube. Please click on the subscribe button. And if you've already subscribed, please click on the like button. It also helps to promote this video on YouTube. Alright, thank you very much for watching. If you want to join the online classes and you're planning to take WASSCE, NECO or GCE, I encourage you to join us today. We have online classes going on and we bring students to ace the exam. We have excellent teachers of every subject, so you should join us today. The fee is just 2,000 naira per subject per month. Join us today and ace your exams. Okay, use the number on the screen to send me a WhatsApp message. Our classes are conducted live using Google Meet, and each session is recorded, and each recorded session is made available to the students, so they watch the recorded version even after attending the live classes to ensure they get every detail. Please join our online classes today and prepare well for your exam. Prepare well for your exam and pass your exam seamlessly. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again very soon in another video. Bye. My tutorials online academy, your success is sure.